still make use of QuickSync technology, which is the integrated GPU's quick video encoding, as well as use the integrated GPU as a way to augment the performance of your dedicated GPU, as a way to reduce the tearing that is caused by frame rates that are above the refresh rate of your monitor, and finally, with the newer... He's feeling the shame right now. Alright, so we've got some pieces here that we took off the board in order to install these fans. So there's a fan right here on the chipset blowing air down in order to direct air exactly where it needs to go, so through the chipset fins, across any of the other chips that are installed on the board itself, and eventually sort of out the gaps around it. There's also a fan here, so this I would probably suggest using it as an exhaust instead of as an intake, but I guess the choice is yours. Slick installed this one. And then next we've got our dust covers. So this one. These basically allow you to keep dust from accumulating in slots that you're not using. Asus has included a full complement of them for the PCI Express slots, as well as, look at these. These are cool. So we've got other placeholders for the RAM slots that we're not using. So you don't, look, they can go either way. They've got slots, so you don't have to worry about which way you install them. See, I can go in that way, I can go in that way. There you go. So your board will look like really sweet. Alright, I/O shield, including a cutout for the fan at the back so that you're going to get adequate ventilation. We've also got 4 SATA cables. 2 of them are SATA 3, 2 of them are SATA 2, but it doesn't actually matter. They're both single to right angle, or all 4 of them are single to right angle. SLI connector, right there. Q connectors for your front USB, as well as your front panel headers for your power and whatnot. You've got a driver and utilities DVD. You don't use that. Download the latest from the Asus website. You've also got a certificate of reliability. It's gold. And Tough Series 5-year warranty notice. That's the one I'm concerned about, not this one so much, because that means Asus is going to stand behind it. You've also got a sticker that you can put on your case. Tough inside. Oh, sorry. Can you see that? There we go. Cool. Moving on, let's have a look at the layout of the board, which is quite tricky because it's completely covered with the thermal armor, so we've got our CPU socket right here, LGA 1155, supporting the latest Intel processors. We've also got our 8-pin power connector in its ideal location at the top left of the board. We've got our 24-pin power connector in its ideal location along the right-hand edge. There's the MEMOK button. That means even if you're using a high-performance DIMMs, you can use that button to ensure that it will post no matter what. We've got a front USB 3.0 header. Very good orientation of this. Love it. Good job, Asus. And will require less, kinking of the cable, and you don't want something coming out like this. If you're buying this board, you probably care about the look of your build. This will help. Next, we've got 4 SATA 2 3 gigabit per second ports, 2 SATA 3 6 gigabit per second ports, and 2 more SATA 3 6 gigabit per second ports running off of a third-party chipset. So those guys are... Just a sec. Here's our front panel headers for your power and reset and all that good stuff. 3 USB 2 front panel connectors. Moving on, we've got a power LED, we've got clear CMOS jumper. Prefer to see a switch, especially on a gaming-oriented board, but it is what it is. We've got our Thunderbolt header, yes. So you can install an optional Asus accessory into this slot and then plug that into the Thunderbolt header, and you will add Thunderbolt support to your board. Debug port as well as front panel audio are both right here. And moving along, we've got the PCI Express slot layout. So we've got 1, 2, 3 PCIe 1X slots. 3 PCIe 16X slots, although it's going to run at 16X or 8X 8X, and I really wouldn't recommend running a graphics card in here. This is more intended for accessories, LAN card, RAID card, Thunderbolt card, whatever else the case may be. Moving along to the back, we've got our usual assortment of ports, so 4 USB 2.0 ports, the BIOS flashback button, so handy, so useful, 2 eSATA ports, 4 USB 3.0 ports, 2 of those running off of a third-party chipset and 2 of them running off of an Intel chipset, DisplayPort and HDMI video out, optical audio out, as well as 7.1 audio. Now I want to show you guys where all of the fan headers are, because you can use the AI Suite software in order to configure custom fan curves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Asus has done a fantastic job of putting all of the relevant ports around the very outside of the edge of this board in order to keep a clean aesthetic.
Teknoupnews.com